the cloud. I thought it would be good since it's July 1st and we've been onboarding the last week or so, everybody would be to really make your, kind of co-work and make your own get it done 100K in 100 days, I guess. But really, I do think that sometimes a hundred days can also feel overwhelming. Did I let everybody in? And if you guys are here and can be on camera, it is helpful. If you can't, totally understand. But if you can be, because this is a creative, collaborative space, I'm not here to do a speaking presentation. If we ever get on calls here, let me express myself first. This is not a workshop. This is coaching for you guys that I set aside time to help you get there. Hey, Star, good to see you. Kristen, glad you could make it. Callie and Debbie. So, really quick, let's do this since a lot of you haven't been able to do. I would like you guys literally just please a one sentence intro, please no storytelling. We don't have time for it today. I would like you guys to introduce yourselves. How these calls are going to go is we're going to keep them pretty concise, 45 to 60 minutes top. A lot of you guys have back-to-back meetings like myself. So I just want to make sure that we have momentum and that you have support. So use Telegram for chat support. Mighty Networks is where you'll have, you can also use that. There is a chat, there is that, but because a lot of people never used Mighty Networks for chat, that's why I opened up the Telegram app so that we can search, have fun, connect. And then yeah, let's keep these two like really streamlined. And if I ever get on here and you guys don't have questions, I'm gonna end the call because I don't want to talk to myself and I don't want to prepare a workshop every week. Does that sound fair? Because this is 100 days. This is not like this is meant to answer questions, but today we are going to start. So, first, if you have not gone through your I am statement, and a lot of you are brand new, so it's okay. Essentially, what you want to do is create a one-liner that is super, super clear and concise. And if you don't have it today, that's okay. Just try your best to say a sentence or two about what you do, because I think it's important for you guys all face to face to know each other. So, welcome. Okay, so I'm going to lead the charge to show you kind of what we're looking for. And then you go ahead and introduce yourself. Let us know what you do. That way, when you're seeing each other in the chat, you know who you are. Does that sound good? Thumbs up? Yes?
Oh,
Cool.
wonderful.
All right. Good to see all of you beautiful people. Okay, so I'm Tiana Smith and I help entrepreneurs scale to seven figures through luxury branding, done for you funnels, and cash injection coaching. Cool? All right, Debbie, take it away.
I'm Debbie, and I help women enrich their life by helping them learn how to manage their mental health and find more joy and peace in their life. And I live in Orlando.
Yay. I think it's good to actually say where you live. Let's
Yeah,
add
just
that
in
in.
case somebody lives, close
Yes.
by, you never know.
Yes. I love that. I'm in Dallas, Texas. All right, Callie, you want to give it a go? I'm going to try to figure out what I'm.
Yay. Hello, everyone. I'm Callie Ruggieri. I wear many hats, but part of this program, I am kind of rebranding. So, Tiana, I did decide I'm going to keep it as empowering authentic growth. And it's going to be where I help you align your business, your spirit, and your dreams. So kind of like a
Oh,
soulful approach to both business and your inner light. So, and then I'm in Fort Worth, Texas.
yay. A soulful approach. Write that down. That's nice. A soulful approach. I like that. A soulful approach to your inner light and business. We'll play with that. I would do want, so homework for everybody, random things as I go through this. I do want everyone to go through and either do or redo these I am statements this week on top of whatever to-dos you have, because this is the thing that's going to go on the top of your LinkedIn, on your Instagram. It's called the Power I am statement. If you search it, I'll probably add it to your 100K in 100 days notes, by the way. So I'll add that over there. So one second. 100K notes today. Love it. So thank you, Callie. All right, Kristen, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Chris. I have been a sign painter for 6 years and I make people's porches beautiful. And I live in Prairie Grove, Arkansas.
Wonderful. Love it. Thank you for sharing. So glad you're here. And also, if I ever am like, hey guys, I can't private message you, please don't give up though. You can still like message other people. It's just because I'm starting something. Never at trying to call anyone out. Sometimes I'm just in the middle of like seven things like all of you. So just understand this is a loving, grace-filled place. We want you on every call. If you're trying to get on, we want to help you get on. Cool. All right, Star, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. I'm Star Burgess. I live in Georgetown, Texas. I am also rebranding, but currently I'm a counselor in private practice, and I work with individuals to help them get to a better place, mental headspace in their life. So I'm glad to see you guys.
Yeah.
Looking forward to our journey together.
Yes. Oh, isn't
I'm
it
a counselor
wonderful to
too,
everybody?
Star.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. I'm a
Yeah, go
counselor
ahead.
too, Star.
Oh, yay!
Yeah, yeah.
I love my therapist counseling clients and my rebranding Callie clients and my Chris artist clients. Everybody's so awesome. And I'm so grateful that we all attract heart-centered, authentic people. But I want to help you heart-centered, authentic souls make way more money. Okay. And I feel like that's part of my mission here, just speaking from my heart for a minute, is that like I think that's my jam. That's where like so yes, I'm building the funnels. Yes, I'm going to help you guys with this coaching program, but ultimately I do want to raise your money thermometers as we talked about last week a little if you got to watch the replay or not. And we want to help you one believe you can make more because once you believe you can make more, your subconscious is going to start to work for you. But as long as you consciously don't believe you can make more, well then that means there's subconscious programs that are like off base. So don't be hard on yourself. We're not trying to be mean to ourselves or to each other, but this is a place of truth and a place of up leveling. Cool?
Love it.
Okay, I'm going to turn on my tracking so that you can see. Okay, is it going to move with me? Okay. Do you see over here? And I have a little mic thing that'll move with me. This is my 90-day calendar. And feel free to write this down. These are some things I've learned. And I'm going to highlight myself for now just because I don't know what's up with Zoom. It's always changing what it's going to do. I'm gonna highlight me just so you can kind of see the training and the replay, things like that, okay? So I have two calendars. This was a technique I learned from Russell Brunson. And if you don't know who he is, he's like one of the founders of ClickFunnels, him and I think his partner's Todd. And that's a billion-dollar company at this point. Now I use Go High Level, which is direct competition, but whatever, we can still learn like business skills and tools from people who like have an amazing business, right? And so what he taught, I went to this private event. It was him and also his top marketing guy was a friend of mine, Steve Larson. And they gave us all these 90-day, not this one, but if you ordered any of the roll-up ones, if you don't have it today, whatever, order it later. We're just going to stay focused, write it down, take notes. Okay. In life, we're not going to be hard on ourselves. We're not going to wait to do something either. We're going to say, I'm going to take whatever I have in front of me. I'm going to start. And then when I order that or I pick it up later today at Staples, I'm going to use it. Everybody with me? Thumbs up, yes. Okay. Also, you don't have to be mute and like you can talk with me today. Remember, this is collaboration. But if it's loud or you don't want to until it's time, also fine. Okay. The second calendar you want to get, I do it this way. You can do it whatever way you want. Is I do have a desk written monthly calendar also. This one has like personal with the business things. This one up there should only be your business things, unless you need to block out, let's say, vacation dates, but you're not putting your personal things on that calendar. This is business only. And the point of it is so you understand, like, that's where you put your business goals, your deadlines, things like that. The monthly one, which I just filled out this morning for July, this has the integration, right? So if there's a birthday, if there's a party, we need to have that. And then ideally, of course, you have a digital calendar with alerts that pulls it all together. But you want to have things in front of you. Okay, so any questions, feedback about what I just shared?
What was the second calendar again,
Yeah.
Tiana? You
So
have a
this is like
90-day
one of those
calendar?
desktop monthly ones. So at the beginning of every month, like I'm looking at the 90-day goals. And honestly, a lot of times I'd say every 2 months, I'm probably erasing it and starting fresh. Like right now, I want to teach you guys how to do a 90-day push all the way through, right? Like a quarterly push. And then this one is monthly, and that's where like you're like looking at your next month right now, and you're putting the business deadlines on here too, but you're also putting any personal things. Make sense? No
Yes.
personal up there. Because we have to learn to separate. And I would say if you run a separate business, none of that up there either. This is meant to teach you that, like, this is a real business, what you're doing. And you have to set deadlines and goals and launch dates or workshop dates or sales calls to make this happen. Does that make sense for everybody?
Yes.
So
Yes.
what I want you guys to do right now is we're not gonna have time to map this whole thing out. I did like a 3-day weekend and we didn't even have the full time at the event I went to. I do want you to take a minute. Let's take a minute or two. And when are you going to do both these things? Is it today? Is it tomorrow at the latest? Today is July 1st. So you have to carve this out. It's a non-negotiable. All right, you guys let me know, put it in the comments when you've at least put a non-negotiable time in your calendar right now of when you're going to do these two things. If you don't have the 90-day thing, you need to put it on your calendar today, tomorrow you're going to Staples then. At this point, I wouldn't wait to get it in the mail. You need to go somewhere and get it. You probably need to go to Staples, to Home Depot, not Home Depot, Home Office, whatever it's
Office
called.
Depot.
Okay. So put it in the comments when and what time specifically you are doing it. This is the masculine energy, the to-do Tiana that I'm gonna be in right now. Okay. Everybody cool with that? I'm gonna be in boss mode right now.
Love it.
Okay. Okay. So I'm getting dates. Put it in the comments for accountability and then put it in your calendar. We're not moving on till everybody has put it in the comments. That's what today is about. Accountability.
Comments. I'm trying to find it, Tiana. Sorry.
Oh, you're all good. And
Is
then
it
me, I'm gonna do mine. Honestly, I'm probably not gonna have time to do my whiteboard unless you guys want to do your whiteboard right now and us start to map some things out. I actually set it aside to do it with you guys, the undated. So I already did my monthly, and I'm gonna do. We might do the undated stuff in a minute when you guys are doing your 3-10-10 work in a minute. Okay, tonight, which hours? We're gonna start to hone in. Because your brain needs, okay, it's the same with money. If you're like, I need to make like 7-ish to 9-ish K. No, I'm gonna teach you guys how to get really exact because your brain needs it, okay?
Okay.
Okay, tell us between what time frame. It's okay if it's a time frame at least right now, but we need time frames. And then you need to actually put it on your calendar right now. If it's your Google Calendar, that's fine. Yeah, we're getting
And
down and dirty.
what kind of deadlines are you putting on your calendar? Is that like some of the stuff you went over, like your postings, your reach out to X number of clients, your add X number of clients to
No,
your
not those
database?
ones. That's a
Okay.
good question. We're going to talk about that. That's more of the that's honestly the daily work. That's why I
Okay.
want you guys to print out, and I'm going to screen share in a minute the thing I wanted to print out, which I already has that listed for you. So the checklist that I give you guys, do you know how I made them? Anyone want to take a gander, a guess?
Trial and error. I don't know.
No? Well, kind of originally. Yeah, go ahead,
Canva?
Kristen.
You make it on Canva?
I was gonna say trial and error as well.
Yeah, I did make them on Canva. These are all kind of the right answers. Yes and yes. But I made the calendars and the checklists, not for all of you, for me. And then guess what happens? Everybody asks me, well, what do you do every day? And then I make it even better. And then I give it to you guys because I make it pretty. I'm like, oh, it's going to be seen by other people. So the planner originally, and then do you have a question, Kristen?
Do you have a planner book that you've talked about in some of the videos that I've seen that are like spiral? Is there a
Yeah,
link for
you
us to
have to
purchase?
just spiral bound it yourself. I do not have them available. I'm working on them getting available, and that is going to be the next version of it, will be spiral bound. I do have an on-demand printing. Also, can you guys post every question you have as you're thinking of it in the comments? Then that way, if I'm on track with something, I don't get off track. It's not your bad. I asked if you had a question. But then I'm like, I really wanted to talk about the calendar question. So please put all your questions on the side as I'm going through this. Then I'm going to be like, okay, questions, and then I'll already see it and you can expand. Does that sound fair?
Perfect.
But please feel free to stay unmuted too, just so you guys know. Like I said, like we're talking. Okay, this calendar is launches, workshops, financial goals. If right now, since a lot of you guys probably aren't doing launches, what it might look like would be you go through every day and you do put what hours you're actually working in your business. So it's not the daily to-dos. That's not what that calendar is. It's more about important dates that you're gonna map out. Okay, and I see the question where there'll be a physical 100 calendar to purchase instead of Well, the Freedom Planner will be available for purchase soon. I just don't have it ready yet. The 100 calendar, no, I don't. I'm not shipping anything. It's so expensive to ship it. It would cost you like 50 bucks. It's better just to print it. But I do have a 100-day calendar system, which we started going through. So let's go to Mighty Networks for a minute, okay? And I don't know why it didn't log in today. So give me a minute. Let me log in to share with you the other thing you need to print out. And this has to do with your daily to-dos. So does it make sense about the what you're putting on the big calendar though? And since some of you don't have launches, or maybe you want to finish, it can be deadlines, okay? So think of it like it's deadlines, launch dates. If you want to do a weekly live stream workshop, it's kind of more weekly, monthly. And then again, if you are working a separate, one second, I have to like I hate watching my AI move unless I'm moving. I don't want to see it. So if you are not working like full time in your business and you have another job, then you do need to put on that calendar what are your days every day. And I would go through because like if you don't get accountable with yourself in business, nobody's going to do it for you. And that's the piece that like I think most women fail in business because of that, because we are torn in so many directions with children, spouses, dogs, we're the caretakers. But there has to come a point where you either need to outsource and get some extra help or have non-negotiable times that you're, unless it's a life or death emergency, like you're not breaking that contract with yourself. Okay? Because otherwise your business won't take off. Does that all make sense? Okay, any other questions about the 90-day calendar? Okay, let me log into Mighty Networks real quick, okay? And then we're going to do some screen share on the calendar systems while we're here because I want to answer any questions that you might have had about that. Okay, so that didn't send that to me. Okay, any other questions right now? And again, by the physical 100, did you mean the Freedom Planner or did you mean like the specific strategy map 100K in 100 days? I'm not looking at you, so you're gonna have to just answer.
That's okay. It was more of so all of the Canvas stuff that you're sending us to be able to print out. I didn't know if you had something that was
Like all together
already,
now.
yeah,
Not
and
not really, because I kind of like also I've only been picking certain things. I do have so many PDFs. If you guys go into Automate to Dominate, you'll see there's a whole playbook specifically for that course program. If you go
I
to
love it.
okay, cool. If you go to Seven Figure Club, actually multiple of the things that I put in 100K are in the whole booklet if you want that. But what I did with the 100K in 100 days group, so let me share my screen and walk you guys through this, okay? Okay, so let's go to our behind the scenes area for those of you who've not done this. So if you've not done this already, I definitely want you to, come down here, read through this. Here's your getting started checklist. I took this from last week and I customized it all. I did not get the money goal and I spelled Monet, whatever, I'll fix it later. Gave you some to-dos to do. Here is the money mindset and habit thing that I did want you guys to like print out and put up, right? So here's morning habits, affirmations. I would put these up in your bathroom, by your, like print a few copies of this. Yeah, go ahead. Did somebody say something? Or is it just me hearing myself? Okay, here's your monthly goal and here's the money mindset goal chart. This is the one I said I really wanted to go over today. So let's talk about this before we go into marketing. Does everybody know what their base camps are for the 100 days? Did you guys figure that out? Does anybody want to share? Or do you guys want to type them in the comments if not? Okay, I'm seeing. Let's see. Yes, you can share pictures, absolutely. Share anything you guys want to share in the group chat. So if you've never made 10,000, I think your first base camp should be 2,500. So typically what it's going to look like is 2,500, 5,000, 10,000. I really like you could do that as that could be your 90-day goal if you're like feel stretched thin, if you're working full time. But if you have a lot of bigger goals, what I would say would be like 10,000, 25,000, 50,000. That would be a good, if you were like, I'm going all in, okay, so all in, that's not a fair statement because you can be all in. But you kind of need to look at it and decide what you want to do. So I recommend printing one for 100 days, okay? And then I also recommend you print out one of these every month. Does that make sense? So this is where you probably need to have like an area like where you see over here of mine, like, okay, here's my 100-day goal. So you'd put like by or before, put the date of, let's say September 15th or from whenever we started. And these are your 3 base camp goals. But every month you really need to, at the beginning of the month or the weekend before, ideally you really want to do it like today's a Tuesday, it's kind of midweek. You really want to always, the last weekend of every month, you need to be mapping out the next month is my recommendation. Okay. Like you want to have those new monthly goals up then. Okay. Questions about this? And you can just unmute and or raise your hand and then unmute. And can you, yeah, go ahead, Kristen.
I think as far as our base camp one, I think we all collectively kind of did that last time, and I'm curious how everybody's doing on their 2,500. Like on the mindset, is everybody excited for July 1st for our first base camp this month?
I'm excited. I
You
am
guys
because I feel
excited?
more focused than I've been in a long time.
Me
Tiana,
too.
yeah, Tiana knows my mess of a life, but I feel like I'm in a good place. So I'm excited to, and I actually was excited that a lot of other people made 2,500 kind of their goal too, because
Me
I always
too, Deb.
feel like I'm aiming too low, and I'm trying to really be more positive about myself and my ability. So that made me feel good too. So yeah.
Good. I'm glad you guys are excited. Callie and Star, just off the top of your heads, because I know you guys weren't able to come live last week and Star just joined. Do you have anything off the top of your head what you want to make for July if you even look at the 100 days?
So does the base camp one stand for the just like 30 days, or what does the base camp stand for?
Sure. Let me go over that again. I recommend you print two. Okay. And so every month, I think we need, like, as humans, bite-sized goals, right? So if for July, if you were like, okay, maybe by the 10th, the 20th, and the 30th or 31st, what are your 3 goals? So look at the 31st first. And if you were like, I really just want to close a $1,000 client. Okay, cool. So put that down there. Now that's going to be a little tricky because if you have a $1,000 thing, I always recommend reaching a little higher than what you want because as humans, once again, I talked about this last week with the fleas that jump, like they stop jumping above the line of the mason jar after an hour. The same with human brains a lot of times. So if you wanted to make $1,000, I would say put 2,000 here. So with that, and then print a different one for 100. And I would put July 31st, August 30th, and September 30th. Okay. So I would print one out for the next 3 months and put those potential goals in, and then print one out for July. So for July, let's say it's base camp 3 by the end of the month, what would ideally be a potential number for you?
Like 12,000.
Okay, cool. So maybe you do 6,000, 9,000, and 12,000 or something like that and break it up like that. Ideally, though, you can just put that there, or you can do like 12,000, 20,000, 30,000 or something for your 90-day goals. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
And then also, just so everybody knows, do not take it personal if you don't hit a goal. So last week we talked a little bit about goals versus tasks. So I'm going to talk to you about tasks that I know work to make money, but your goals and the timelines, be flexible. Let's all say that together. Be flexible about your timelines.
So about your timelines.
Okay?
Be like about your
Yes.
timelines.
Because can we really control a goal timeline? Has anybody figured this out yet? Please tell me if you do. Okay. So you got to learn to not take that personal. Don't get caught up. But having a deadline helps us. It kind of compounds, it puts us in a pressure cooker. And we don't want to be stressed, but we do want to have pressure. Because if you don't pressure, we don't have growth, right?
Right.
Okay, Star, how about you? What would be a potential 30 or 90 or both day goal just off the top of your head that you're thinking?
I, I'm sorry, I don't know. Can I
You
think
can
about it
think.
a little bit?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. We have a processor. I love it.
Okay.
So we all function different, and that's totally fine. And you can also put it in the thing. But one thing I would actually like to do, I would like you guys, whether you ever print it out or not, otherwise grab a piece of paper, print it out, put it up later. Let's take 5 minutes, 3 minutes. I'm giving you 3, 5's too long. 3 minutes. It's clicking. Here's what you're gonna do. I want you to fill in a 90-day, put your 3 numbers like July, August, September, put your goal, and then I want you to then take your July goal and break it down into 3, like the milestones, and you have 3 minutes. Am I the stressed out leader? No, I think timelines, you can do it faster than you realize. So go for it, and we'll just all be quiet for a minute. And put them in the comments when you have it, please. These don't have to stay permanent. Just come up with something. I'm loving the goals coming in. You guys are doing great. If anybody needs help setting their goals, I can also help you at the end of these 3 minutes. All right, it's close enough to 3 minutes. Okay. Um, Patience has always been an issue for me, but I'm not going to pray for it. I'm not, because anytime I've prayed for patience, bad things happen and make me patient. Okay. So,
Same.
Star, do you want some help?
I'm writing. Oh,
Okay, perfect. Take your time then. Okay, we're not going to kind of go through these. I want you guys to print it, write all this down. We're just co-working, because if we take the time to just read it back, we're not going to like get where I want to get today. So what I want you to do is just write all this stuff down that we're doing this work, and then I'd like you to print out the printable that's in your getting started checklist, and then show pictures of it in the Telegram app if you feel inclined. Again, not a parent, just encouraging you that with accountability does come, and these are private, okay? And if I think that it needs to be edited, I'll let you know. Okay. A good rule of thumb that I was taught, and again, everybody's different, is 2,500, 5,000, 10,000, and you start doubling it after 10,000. Something to think about. So if you were like, okay, month 1, I'm going to do 10,000. So I'm going to milestone it at 2,500, 5,000, and 10, just so it doesn't feel so random. And then if you hit your 10,000 goal in July, set a $20,000 goal for August. And then if you hit that, guess what September would be, everyone? What's double 20?
So 40.
Yeah. So I want to extend your comfort levels here, if you can't tell. Who's ready to expand their comfort levels?
Do it.
Comfort zones. There's a good book. I didn't put it in there, but it's coming to mind. This is why, you're showing up live. It's called The Great Leap by Gay Hendricks. It's a good Audible. I recommend that book. It's been recommended in almost every single mastermind I've ever been in, by the way. It's a good one. It's a little weird. It gets to a little weird about time and things like that. But I don't like to say weird, because like, what's really weird? But if you've never thought that maybe time could be a little flexible, not just what we think it is, right? Like, it's who made clocks and who made time, really?
It's an illusion.
Yeah. So if you think like maybe life could be a little bit more different and interesting and creative than I ever imagined, Just keep an open mind. Again, any recommendation I send you guys, I hope you know that these aren't my religions. This is just like books that have helped me expand my mindset that I think are very positive, are all about creation, collaboration. Cool. Star, did you come up with some of your goals? Not yet? All right. You want to type them in or let us know? Because I see the rest of you over here.
I'm typing.
Okay, yes. Okay, you type. Okay, I'm going to go over here while you guys are typing. Okay, so what I want to look at now, and this is in the 31010 is in here, but do you guys see in on page whatever 8 this is, your 100K and 100-day checklist? These are things that I talk about in the other programs, right? So I actually went through all of this and kind of mapped out what you really need to be doing for 100K and 100 days. Okay. When I preface this, because I'm going to, I understand that it's a lot. It could be a lot. But I want us to take away words like a lot. And you only 4% of online entrepreneurs ever hit six figures, and only like 0.2% of people hit. That's 100K a year, not annual six figures for a decade, like one time 100K. Everyone following? So if you want to be in the top percentage of what people make, do you think your life is going to look like their life anymore? It's not. So you kind of need to understand that, like, yeah, your life's going to look a little different, but I want you to know these are the things to focus on, and they actually don't take that long if you prioritize them and turn them into a habit. Okay, we brush our teeth every day, or we should shower or clean ourselves off, put on deodorant, again, hygienic things. We take care of our animals. We're feeding them, watering them. We're checking in on our partners or children or people in our lives that we love. Raise your hand if you do all those things every day. So, what are you doing for your business every day right now? This business, you say you want to make 100K in 100 days or 2,500 this month. Like, we're just going to say 100K in 100 days. I'm going to keep that at the forefront. Everyone with me? Or even 100K this year. And in another area, so even if you're making six figures in one area, what if you've never made it in another area? Let's say you want to expand your course creation, your content creation business. Okay, so you've not done that before. So we're going to add another six-figure, seven-figure stream of income. And almost nobody in the world ever even hits one seven figures. Okay, so this is going to require self-discipline and extreme time management. I will tell you that it is. It's also going to require you to say no to a lot of people. I'm going to tell you some things I did when I was going for the goal. Okay, I did not go to birthday parties. No, I did not host anything. Nah. Like, you have to decide to, especially 100 days. I'm not even asking a year from your life. You need a year, but I'm asking you 3 months to change what you've been doing. If it's not your kid's birthday, write it off the calendar. If it's not your birthday, write it off the calendar. Like, you need to go through that schedule. And if like that's your priority, nothing else. And I just really believe it. And you don't have to do what I tell you. I'm going to tell you what I did. And you can listen to people like Cody Sanchez and Layla Hormozy and different people. And like, it's not that all of it needs to get cut out. And again, please never feel called out. I don't have time to be going through your social medias to judge what you're saying and doing. This is not to anybody. I'm telling you what I had to do to get to that level. And the cool thing is, you know what's really cool? I will give you some hope. It's kind of like raising a baby. It gets easier. Right? As they get older, they're like, oh, I can get my water myself. So it's great. So it's not forever. Isn't that great? In fact, now I can take my business, even though I've got this office, and I could, like, I'm not stressing like we're supposed to go to Florida in a couple weeks. I'm going to do it while trying to have $1 million month. And I'm not even stressed about it because I'm like, fun. I've done this in Hawaii. I've done this in Paris. But like, not in the beginning. In the beginning, I went to work every Saturday when my husband was home or when I was single and working in the she shed. And I told the kids, the older kid, don't come out here in case unless someone's bleeding. No, I love you, but mommy needs Saturday. So when all my friends were like, oh, you want to go to the spa this day, and I still went to the spa. I went on Wednesday afternoons. So I like, I don't think you should cut out self-care. I don't think you should, and you should definitely not cut out exercise and eating healthy and having fun. But all these extra things that you might jump around and do, well, maybe you work every Saturday for the next 3 months, every Saturday from 9 to 5. I don't know. Or a Saturday that you get called to event, then you're working Sunday instead. Sorry. And I'm not sorry because you have to carve out something that's going to make this go differently. Is everybody following?
Mhm.
And that's what I did. And do you think I regret it? No. I'm so proud. And I didn't know it was going to work. So, what's exciting now is when I'm coaching all of you, besides it just working for me, I've got case study after case study after case study. So, what's really, really fun is I can tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt that it will work. Isn't that cool?
Yes.
But I don't know what you're going to do in your time. So, when I'm about to share with you what I know you have to do in your marketing, and this is a have to do, this is a have to do. This is a have to do. There's certain things I'm going to say, I don't know, maybe try it. And then there's other things I'm like, you have to do that. Everyone with me? So when I
Yes.
tell you what you need to do, we're not going to be babies over here. One of my coaches was like, maybe if you're just like loving and kind when you talk about, I'm like, no, but I think like we need to stop making excuses, and we're taking care of everybody else, and we're telling our child you need to clean up this thing, or you need to own up. So I'm over here saying, all right, let's just have this conversation. I don't want to really say it again. So if I'm taking the time, I don't mind repeating myself. That's not what I mean. If you guys have questions, we're covering a lot of data. That's not what I mean. Ask me the questions anytime. I'm here for it. What I meant by that was more like I don't want to express every time like don't be a baby, pick it up, so I don't want to name call either. But at the same time, I do talk to myself like that sometimes, but I laugh at it because I'm like, we're all kind of toddlers and throw fits sometimes, right? We're like, I don't want to, this is ridiculous. And then it's like, okay, take a minute, but then like calm down and like let's think straight. Cool? Okay, so with that said, without further ado, let's talk about daily marketing. Everybody ready for that? Because you're gonna get your goals up, you're gonna let us know your goals. I do want to see your vision boards. And Star, I still don't see your notes over here. Is it not showing up or just you haven't typed it up yet?
I did.
Oh,
I
I
can see
don't
them.
see it. Let me see. Let me go. Maybe I need to go look at it.
Is that, did I do it
Oh,
right?
yeah, I see 15 to 5K each baseline. I don't know what that means. Oh,
It's,
like,
it's three, right? Is
okay.
it three? Is
Yeah,
that
so
what you
you want to
said?
make
Like,
15K
so the
extra.
total in the month is 15 extra and
Okay.
then five
Oh,
each
5.
baseline.
Got you. See how we all think different and we all write different? I love it. It's so fun. So when I'm communicating, I also realize we're all different. So please do ask questions. If I say something, I'm like, what? Because I was like, I don't get it. I'm like, my brain didn't think like that. But now I'm like, oh, I see. That's actually very logical. Now I think differently a little bit and I grew. Yay. Okay. So, okay, you guys, listen. The 3, 10, 10, 3 is where it's at. I want you guys to say it with me. 3, 10, 10, 3.
3,
3,
10,
10,
10, 3.
3,
So what do you need to do every day?
3.
10,
10,
10,
10, 3.
3. Okay. Then there's some weekly goals, but I'm going to tell you, you can do a version of the 3, 10, 10, 3, but it's just not going to be as effective. So wouldn't you rather hear what's the most effective thing? And like, I know you're going to get results with that. So I could say you could do this instead. You could do 1, 1, 1, 1. You could, you really can, and you'll be better off than a lot of people. But who wants to be like the top person in their field? Like, I want to be the top person. I don't even like to say I'm the top 1%. I am. No, I really, and I know it's subjective too, so I understand that. But I was so inspired. I was watching a show with my son. He's like loves who is he's very good looking. He's a soccer player. He's around my age, but he like looks like he's 22 because he's like ripped. Ronaldo.
Ronaldo. I was gonna say Ronaldo. He's in Miami now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
Okay.
gorgeous human being.
Even when he was younger, before he was even now known as like he's now like kind of known as the best soccer player or football player, right?
Mm.
They were asking him interviewing like like who do you think is the best? Like who's your favorite? Like who did you grow up watching essentially? And he's like, well, I am. And I like, yeah, I think we need some of that. So I want you guys to say it. Who's the best in your field, Debbie?
I am.
Yes. Callie, who's the best in your field? Who's your favorite?
Me. I am.
Yeah. How about you, Chris? And who makes the best porch signs and runs the best porch sign business in the world? Who's your favorite?
Me and all my customers will tell you that too.
Exactly. What about you, Star? Who's like the best counselor, health and wellness breakthrough artist in the world? Who are you most inspired by?
Me.
Yeah. Doesn't that just feel really good?
It
Like,
does.
don't you want to go in the like, how are you ever going to get there if you don't believe it is you? There is that peace.
Absolutely.
Right? So we're here to learn and we're all like awesome, but we can be like humble and coachable and also a little arrogant and a little and really confident. And just like, well, I am the best and I want to be the best and I want to be the go-to. And I want when anybody hears the word funnel builder in the world, they think of Tiana. And I like the best. I want to sell the most courses and planners in the world. So those are two other goals in my life. Like I want to be all of them. And if you don't want to be all of them from not just now, but the history, like Stephen Covey and all those planners, yeah, I want them to be like they don't even who Tiana, the Freedom Planner. And it doesn't happen overnight, but you have to believe like that's your path. And there's something powerful that happens when that's your path. So this is the mindset that you have to show up with when I say 3 10 10 3, which is 3 posts a day, 2 are the what I teach and 1 is a video. That you're adding 10 new people every day to your network on each channel ideally, but if you want to choose one channel, it's fine. You're messaging 10 people every day on each channel ideally, but 1 is fine, and you are making 3 sales calls to action, CTAs, every specific day. Yeah, you cold message them. So it's not my favorite approach, just so you know. It's
Wait a
not.
minute. You
And
said
it's
you said three you said 3 posts a day,
yep.
messaging 10 people a day. What's the other 10?
10 adding 10 new people. And so I'm going to share with you where to go to watch it exactly. So you guys do need to do this week. This is non-negotiable. This has to get done. You guys need to watch this and download the calendar and checklist. Okay, because I map it out and I actually spent a whole hour in my pajamas essentially doing this. So this is the thing you need to print out. And in fact, you could use this outside of the one on your desk. But the reason I want this one as a specific separate calendar is because this really is like get yourself some stickers, right? And you don't put the sticker on the date. So your start date today would be July 1st. If you're starting tomorrow, that's fine, put July 2nd. But you need to put your start date, your end date, and you need to fill in this calendar. You need to put your income goal here. So this is separate. And I understand I have printables, but that's because I think that, and it's proven, it's scientifically proven, when you write down your goal, you accomplish it like way faster than if you hadn't. So what if you're writing it down every day? And what if you're contributing to it every day? Do you guys think you're going to get there faster?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Every person I've ever learned from writes down their goals 3 to 10 times a day, like their main goals a day. Do
Mm.
you think it's extreme? Actually, Sabri Sibi, who's one of my favorites, I talk about him a lot. He mentions he recorded himself saying his goals and listens to it every morning and every night. And has this guy's next level. I love him so much. And when you guys come to see me in Dallas, Star's already got her ticket. The rest of you end up wanting to upgrade and come here for our VIP weekend. Is I have a vision board room. And what Sabri Sibi does, which was next level, and I still need to do this. Maybe that's going to be what I do this week. He puts Oh, I was like, there's a man in the background. He puts a laminated huge vision board. He blows up his vision board and puts it laminated in his shower. So while he's showering every day, he's looking at it. Now, after I had heard that, well, actually, before I heard that years ago, I had a like one of those. I had taken the frame, the artwork out and put it behind a frame, went in my bathroom, but not in the shower, because he essentially like really believes like as you're cleansing things off, like you should be looking at what you want to build with your life with this fresh mind, kind of like the mindset. I just watched that man right out of my hair. Do you guys remember that old song?
Oh, I do.
I like the oldies. Okay, so is everybody? How do you guys feel about what I'm sharing here? I'd love to hear some feedback.
I put my vision board that I make like just for me. I haven't, not the one I made for this. It's right next to my bed. So it's like literally the first thing I see in the morning and the last thing I see before I go to bed. So, because if it's not if it's not in front of me, I don't look for it because my
Yeah.
ADHD, I have that object permanence stuff. That's why my place is usually kind of cluttered because it's out of sight, out of mind. So I need everything on my
Yeah.
walls,
Yeah.
which is why I'll be single for the rest of my life
Well,
because
don't say that. Maybe you'll attract somebody who loves all your vision boards and you guys vision board
maybe,
together.
but
I've
maybe I
worked
don't
with
want
couples
to. Maybe
like
I want to
that.
be single the whole rest of my
Well,
life.
then you get to be. You get to
Uh,
do whatever you want to do.
That's
That's
right.
the
That's why I
point
want
of this.
money.
Yeah, you get to do whatever you want to do. You can have 100 lovers if you want, for all I care. Like
That
you
sounds
get to
that's
be
about
and
up my
have
alley right
whatever
now.
you want. So many lovers. Use protection.
So many. If I
Okay,
had money, I could get the young lovers. No, I'm kidding.
absolutely. That was a fun era post-divorce. Anyway, so
Yeah, right.
Debbie, I love that. I'm the same way. I everywhere all the time, so
Yes.
I can see it. I love
Yes,
it.
love
I
it.
have to. I have to. I have whiteboards all over my, yeah, out of sight, out of mind, forget. I literally will forget my goals.
Yeah.
'Cause I forget my
Oh, I
name.
feel like I can relate to the shower.
Yes, exactly. I love that idea.
And
I'm
I
gonna do
want
it.
these to-dos too, though. This is the thing with vision boarders that I don't like, not you guys. Like when I was in California and there's a lot of the hippies. Like, I love vision boards. I'm like, me too. But like these vision boards are supposed to be action-oriented boards. And why we're talking about the daily habits is okay, so we talked about goals, right? And then these habits and tasks should be supporting moving these big, beautiful goals forward. So when I talked about what are you willing to do every day and even on a weekend sometimes, but really if you love something, let's talk about that for a second. Shouldn't it feel like really fun and exciting still? Like I love what I do. I love coming here on a Saturday when the family still wants to sleep in. I really do. I'm like, yes, they're asleep. I'm going to the office. Does anybody else feel that way? Like I love it.
Yeah, I'm at a point in my life that if I don't love it, I'm not doing it. Once it doesn't
Yeah.
bring me joy, it's gone. Like I worked at Target for 4 years. That was when worked. I started with the divorce, then continued when I went back in my field, and it was bringing me so much joy until it didn't.
Yeah. Until
And
it's
as soon
finished.
as it didn't, uh, I had to leave because it was killing me. So if it doesn't bring me joy and if I'm not happy sitting in on a Friday night doing the work, then I don't want to be doing it. Where
Right.
this, I don't mind sitting home on a Friday night and doing the work or my therapy work because
Yeah.
I love both of those things. So yeah, life's too short to not bring joy from the work you do.
You guys
Agree.
probably are OCD about your work because that's why we're here, right? Like it's something that you want to contribute, love it. Again, still need self-care, still need fun, still need
Oh yeah.
non-work time because we need to reset our brains, we need to breathe, we need to rest, we need to sleep. Okay, let's look at this daily to-do list real quick. So what I definitely need to do if you guys haven't, who's already gone through my entire 3-10-10-3 training? Okay, awesome. Kristen, okay, if you've not, that's really on the to-do list. So last week I really focused over here on the vision board creation and even the first part of this call, like let's get these goals up. Let's talk about it because you need to know where you're going, right? In order to actually then break it down into the daily habits because some of it it's not going to feel joyful all the time. It's not. So I'm going to give you the heads up. It's mastering the mundane. But if you can come to it with the passion that when you're doing these 3 posts and these 10 posts, and I think I talk about it throughout this training. So this one is a full hour. Let's look at the timeline so that you understand it's not that much time you're going to be devoting to this. The 1 minute, I don't know, it's like not loading. I think this one's like 8 minutes, something. Let me see. 15. So we're at an hour and 15 because the first one's a full hour. Because essentially I'm showing you how you could do it in a full hour. Oh my goodness, like 37. Okay. That one is like it's not just for the day though. I actually train how you could actually do your content for almost the whole month, the 2 posts, okay? So you also can time block and then the 10 friend requests, how do you grow your network? Star, you asked about that one. This is that. And then the 10 connecting messages and the 3 call to action messages. So do you see how I say ideally per channel, but 10 is okay? So let's say you're just like, okay, I'm going to master Facebook or I'm going to master LinkedIn or I'm going to master Instagram is a little tricky with high ticket sales. I wouldn't say choose that as your main one. I'd say Facebook or LinkedIn. And so ideally, you're connecting 10, 10, 10 on each channel, but start with just one channel, okay? Really, the way to start is to start But I don't teach with your 3 posts, you should do one channel. You absolutely need to differentiate the channels on your posting, because have we not seen TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp all be going down and up the last few like years? So like that doesn't make sense to not post on all channels. Now, messaging, reach outs, that takes that one-to-one work. So that's why I say choose one channel. Are there questions about even me covering this, or you probably just need to take some time to print my calendar, actually go watch these videos?
Yeah, I'm think I'm a little bit because I started a little bit later. I'm a little bit, so I'm gonna.
You're perfect timing.
That is my that's how I'm gonna. That's my goal for this time is to make
Yeah.
sure I get up to speed.
Yeah, you're all good, and you're in here at the exact perfect time. Callie missed last week too. A couple are missing today. Like, I'm doing the weekly calls for those who can make it each week. I obviously you're going to make more forward momentum. I'm not trying to fluff anything up in these calls. I feel like I wouldn't show up. I don't like fluff. Does anybody in here like fluff? I don't like it. I don't need to feel good about myself. I'd rather take a nap or lay in my chair or something. But I do believe that this is our mission. You're here for a reason. And I don't want you to feel like you're behind. I don't want anybody, I want us, because you know what, that belief system, then it makes us kind of give up sometimes. I'm not saying you're giving up. I don't think that's the energy here. But if we feel like, oh, I'm missing something or I'm behind, then it makes us feel like we have to rush. And then we have to like, and that energy isn't good either. So I want to teach, how do we stay present? How do we stay in flow? How do we be like, wow, I signed up at the exact right time. This is exactly right for me. But then, yeah, maybe I do go through this weekend. I print out all these vision boards. I watch this training. I set aside 6 hours this weekend. But then what's really cool is you actually can show up in just 1 hour a day next Monday. Isn't that cool? So let's say you chipped away at it this week. By this weekend, anything you still need to catch up on, I'm not going to add more things to your 100K in 100 day right now. The one thing I'm going to add this week is the I am statement. So I would say focus in on these trainings that I've already added to your 100K in 100 day this week for everybody. Get the goals really honed in, get the daily marketing really honed in. And here's my mindset, and then any last questions you guys want. Okay. So the mindset to your social media marketing. Okay. Let's talk about that for a minute. And I talk about it in the training, but just so we have it face to face. You don't have to go looking for it. You are a celebrity. We already talked about it. You are number one. So say it with me. I am a celebrity.
I'm a celebrity.
I'm a celebrity.
I am the go-to expert.
I am the go-to expert.
People care about me.
People care about me.
What I do.
What I do.
What I say.
What I say.
I care about me.
I care about me.
I think what I have to say is important.
I think what I have to say is important. Yes.
I give value.
I give value.
I love how I show up in this world.
I love how I show up in this world.
Man, people are so lucky to know me.
People are so lucky to know me.
I don't believe this about yourself. I believe it about myself. Do you feel it?
Yes.
I do. And I think it's funny and it's awesome important. And real. Mm-hmm. You're here for a reason. So here's the deal. Think back before social media. Barely old enough, some of us, for this, but I remember thinking, this is the whole mindset, okay? That if I could just get in the room with Sarah McLachlan, if she could just show me, do you guys know who Sarah McLachlan is? If she could just show me how she writes a song, could she just show me her journal? I want to see her pen. I want to see her coffee. I want to see her tea. I want to see how she talks to her child. Like, okay, you guys following?
Yes.
Okay. That is how people see you. Yeah. And so when I'm asking you to share selfies or behind the scenes, please, we're not airing dirty laundry. And if there's people in your world that you're like, I don't want them to see it, go block them today. And I want you to show up as the biggest, baddest, amazing Sarah McLachlan-y, or who is your idol that you just wish you could have seen behind the scenes on their life. You just felt like you'd get it then. Okay? We didn't have that when I was growing up. So now, and even now, if I see her post on, I'm like, oh, that's what it was like. Okay, finally, I get it. But she actually doesn't. She's not very like transparent there. There's a mystery. And they actually used to train celebrities, and they still do to a piece, to be more mysterious on purpose, because the point was that you should be elevated above them. So I also, on the other hand of this, you're not revealing everything because there should be some mystery, but that's a little more of a deep concept. So I want to talk just at the first part of, look, they care about your life, what pen you're using, what behind the scenes you're doing, what drink is your favorite at Starbucks, and hold yourself like you're that celebrity that you wish you could have known, fill in the blank. So outside of value, outside of education, this is where it can start to get really fun with the way you do your marketing. So I'm going to be like 3, 10, 10, 3, and I'm going to repeat it like a robot because it needs to be ingrained in your head. But I need you to understand, when you're posting, it should feel like good, and it should feel like you're really contributing. And it could be silly, it could be fun. In fact, every single YouTube video of mine that gets the most views is really the more impromptu one that I'm like, whatever, I just need to post that. So
Yeah.
there's something about releasing, we're not trying to go viral with our posts. Like, throw that out. That's not what this is about. It really is not. It's not about that. It's not about how many viewers you get. It's saying, I already know the viewers will come, the audience will come, the sales will come. But when you know that you know that you know that you're something special, and I'll give you one more example and I'll take any questions before we jump off. Kanye West, yeah, there's a really funny story, and I'll try and find it and put it in the group. And who's the really awesome? He's so funny. He's one of my favorite comedians. He's Black. He's a genius storyteller, and he's been around a long time. Does anybody know who I'm talking about? He's like the most genius, in my opinion.
Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle,
Dave
Kevin
Chappelle.
Hart.
Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
So he was on Jimmy Fallon, and he was talking about the first time he met Kanye West, and he wasn't famous yet, but he was already like in the room with them. So I mean, you got to be somewhat famous if you're in the room with like Dave Chappelle. And but he said that he was sitting beside Kanye West, and Kanye West, like, his friend called him, and Dave Chappelle was there, maybe one other. I think it was when he was about to make this single that turned really big for Jamie Foxx. And he said, "No, man, I'm like, I can't like sound like him, so I'll try." But it was just funny how Dave Chappelle does it. He says, "No, man, I'm in the room. I got like Dave Chappelle and Jamie Foxx," and he's like, "Yeah, because I do badass things. 'Cause I'm a badass." And like, he's like, "Yeah, bye, boom." And like Dave Chappelle talks about, that's when he knew Kanye West would be super famous. Was because essentially, like, I'm sorry, just got scared. My son walked in. He like essentially, like, before he was ever famous, he was like, "Yeah, that's what I do." Hangs up the phone. And this is the kind of attitude I want you guys to, kind of have and carry through for your business and for your marketing. And Star, it was good to see you. I see your thing. You have to go. So we're going to wrap up in just 1 minute here. Any last thoughts? Does this make sense? Does this sound exciting? Are you guys pumped up?
I love
Yeah.
it. Yep. Ready to
Okay.
rock.
Let's go, Rocket. We need to see, if we don't have pictures, it didn't happen. So let's get those pictures of your calendar. You got to get this 3 10 10 3 printed out, like almost even more than the goal board. Goals are great, but that 3 10 10 3 is going to help make all your goals happen. Because one last thing before we go here, and this is recorded, your money goal is a domino to most of your other goals. True or false?
True.
So that means your habit goal. So think habit, money, goals. Okay. Now there's other goals that money can't touch. Let's say fitness goal. Okay. Like, yeah, you might need to pay for the gym membership and food, but you're going to still have to get out there and get it. Right. So that would be habits, body, health goals. Right. So that's different. You can't buy that body. Okay. I mean, you can buy certain things like Botox and filler, which I do enjoy from time to time. But the things that you can't buy, like, that you can't buy that. So you got to earn it, and it's going to get even better. The more I earn it, the more I show up, right? So that habit is going to help move the money, the money domino. That's a push goal. So understand, when you look at your goals, how many of those goals are really just money wish list items. And it's really important to understand that, because see, if you could then focus your energy on increasing your business, increasing your value in the marketplace, more of your goals can happen when you have more financial freedom. So that's why we have to focus on that.
And I love that from your video. It's change your habits, change your life. And couldn't be more true.
Thank you. I like a good call out from somebody watching my videos. But, and there's a lady, Shalene Johnson, she called them push goals. And I like that a lot, because it's like, and it's the domino effect. So you understanding, and I want you to look at your vision boards with a little bit of a different eye now and think you don't have to circle it because you'll make it not look as cute, but I want you to circle it in your brain or point to it with paper when it's up. Money, 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 money. Oh, well, the root is then going to be your habit, and it is going to be your it's mindset and habit, because you could actually follow all the principles, but if you don't believe it's possible, you'll be like, why am I only attracting people who don't want to pay me? Okay, well, we need to change your mindset then. Okay, so if you're doing the right habits and you're still not getting results, it's going to be either time compounded. It's mostly going to be that. Okay, just so you know, it's just going to be time. Or it can also be because your brain is capping you out. And that's why I gave you guys a lot of money, like mindset stuff. Okay, does that all sound cool? Hey, let's get a screenshot before we go. It's too bad that we didn't get star on here, but let's get a screenshot. I'm going to hold up my water for hydration. You guys ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. I don't know. I like props. I had some other props over here. Okay, lots of love. So good to see all of you. Let's go get them. Your goals are all awesome. You're all great. Let's get it done. See you soon.
Thank
Bye.
you.
See those pictures. Bye.